Alright, we're here with another battle report for Tier 1 games for Dark Age, playing against the infamous Bryan Steele.
Hello.
Of Cool Mini fame. Tell us what mission we're playing.
We are playing the Burying the Dead scenario as the third scenario out of the 2017 Master Rules, where we are trying to get the pieces of our friends and family that have been left in the battlefield in a shallow grave and take them to the objectives and give them a proper burial.
Seems good. And what army are you playing today, and what do you have?
I am playing the Core, the all-meat-powered robots. I've got a couple of tall men, the Pseudo, a shield bot, 2 Zeta Maxes, then I infiltrated in a couple of aptly named infiltrators led by a ghost, and I've got a couple other surprises that show up a little bit later in the game.
Alright, and as to my forces, so we're running the Prevailers today. We have Gabriel, we have Marius and his 2 little cherubs, weaponsmith, strikes, 2 strikes with a strike leader, and a firestorm leader with 2 firestorms. So we'll be back at the end of turn 1 to see what kind of carnage has happened. Alright, we're back at the end of turn 1. Basically just a whole lot of movement. Bryan, if you want to walk us through your turn for the most part.
Well, a lot of everything that was on the field to begin with just sort of moved up to get closer to the enemy. I got a lot of guys with range combat here. I got to get closer. My infiltrators and my ghosts, they sort of slid over closer to the open grave, and some of them went on hold, which means I got lucky. And when Archangel Gabriel jumped in, I took an on-hold shot, and I actually wounded him right before the angel killed me.
Righteous fire.
with his screamy song of the heavens. And a lot of your stuff moved up, and you had a lot of guys with survivalist or extra actions to go on hold. So you're you're in a really good position, especially knowing that I've got stuff that comes in this turn.
Right. So yeah, we got Gabriel who moved up, strikes and strike leader all moved up and went on hold basically. This firestorm moved up, went on hold. Marius also moved up with his cherubs, so hopefully he's going to cause some damage this turn. Weaponsmith moved up, also went on hold just in case these guys decide to come over into our area. And then the firestorm leader also went on hold, and then this firestorm is trying to sort of flank around and maybe give those other core guys up ahead of us a little bit of pause here. So, alright, we will be back at the end of turn 2. So right now, still 0-0.
Yep.
Nobody's in any secondaries, so yeah, we'll be back at the end of turn 2. Alright, we're back at the end of turn 2, and an exciting turn it was. Maybe an unfortunate turn for the core. Bryan, if you want to walk us through everything.
So, not only did Marius and the Strikes came in, and they did a bunch of damage and killed my Ghost and my Infiltrator, because Marius is a beast. Gabriel ended up coming in and killing one of the Zeta Maxes, who then blew up and hurt the other Zeta Max. One of my tall men tried to do some kind of indiscriminate fire and try to lob a shot in, ended up malfunctioning in the barrel and critically failed his armor save, so then he also died. My TB did all right. She killed a firestorm and then kind of ran into a torrent of fire from the next firestorm. Took a wound. She's on fire, but I think she's all right.
Okay. And yeah, like Bryan said, so everybody basically moved up, caused a little bit of damage. We got a couple people in the that's the graveyard, right, in the center.
Yeah, it's a big sunken grave.
Okay, yeah, so we got a couple of strikes in there, and the strike leader actually. Yeah, Gabriel did his thing with a crit, I believe it was, which killed the, what was that first guy?
Zeta Max.
Zeta Max, yeah, and then that caused all that chain reaction stuff. Marius, as I'm finding out, it's the first time I'm playing him, yeah, he's just a beast, so I'm really enjoying him so far. I'm going to see if we can get his cherubs into action, maybe. Then other than that, yeah, it's pretty bloody. Still 0-0. No one's done any secondaries or primaries, but I think we'll get some scoring in, hopefully at the end of turn 3 here. And we'll be back after the end of turn 3. Alright, we're back at the end of turn 3, and that is all she wrote. We'll let Bryan Steele tell his story.
You will notice that there's a lot of Prevailers still on the board, because most of my guys decided to either blow themselves up or critically fail armor checks this turn. It was an ugly, ugly string of events, and there's not much I can do about it. You know, sometimes you get set on fire and die, and that's what happened.
Although he did manage to at least put Marius on fire, but yeah, that was about it, sadly.
Yeah.
All those mouths that you had.
A lot of mouths, a lot of exploding guys that hurt my own guys.
Yeah. did manage to do Sharpshooter and Kingslayer. Sharpshooter was with the Weaponsmith who moved up and shot. What was that called?
The TB.
Yeah.
Got my TB-13.
Killed the TB-13 with Sharpshooter, and then the strikes all decided to pile in where the what was that large?
The pseudo.
The pseudo. Yeah, they piled in and just claymored that to death. We tried to do a little bit of digging in the graveyard to no effect. That was this strike here. So she was digging but didn't find anything. But then we blew everything else up with the firestorms. So
Yeah.
ends up being 8-0 after turn 3. So we'll be back hopefully
Well,
for another one.
you might want to say, because although you scored a couple secondaries,
That's true.
Because you managed to table me by the end of turn 3, turns 4 through 8, you basically score a point for every turn that I'm not on the table. So that's where you got those extra bonus points to make it a pretty sweeping shutout.
Okay. Oh, and then what was the prize that was on the line for this one, Brian?
Oh yeah, because I opened my mouth and said that I brought one. This was a Bludgeld challenge.
Excellent.
So Chris can now come down to the Atlanta Expo and try and battle the rest of the world champions to be turned into a figure. So we'll see how this goes.
Hopefully, and we'll be back with another battle hopefully at some point soon. Brian, you also have several Dragiri, don't you?
I do. I've got Shadowcast and some Earthcast that I need to paint up.
Okay, and we'll hopefully get to try these guys out against one of those in the near future here. All right, thank you.